Welcome, everyone. Charles and Martina are back. Today, we start a mini-series of 5 episodes that the United Heart of Shambala asked us to present you with. It's about the purpose, the curriculum, and what's in it for you of the Namas Youniversity going into the future.
Welcome everybody. Welcome Martina. Today we dive more into how we are headed with the Earth Spiritual University, which, as you know, started on 1st of January 2023. The Earth has been in transition and we're continuing to support students with up-to-date information and with the goal of helping everybody to become stably so connected. We also keep up with the current events as you've seen with recent episodes, as we're going through the shift from the third through to the fifth dimension. We realize that if one is fully so connected, they will understand all the whys of life. Why are you here? Who am I? What am I? Things like that. That is the core question that everyone has. Also, Earth as a being, a living being, Mother Earth is transitioning and it's being so connected with the divine plan, and everyone who will inhabit this new dimension will also be so connected. Therefore, the role of our work is to keep you, help support you, and guide you through the major changes until we are fully in the fifth dimension. Earth has changed a lot in the last 3 years. The patron of the United Heart of Shambala, as you know, the SANAT Kumara, we have produced podcasts and episodes. I believe the latest one is number 132 episodes. The Shambala United Heart of Shambala is under the leadership of the SANAT Kumara, representing all the 12 kingdoms. It includes Amaya, Mother Earth, and the 5 leaders of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, as Earth has become a pulsar, a beacon of light at the end of the year 2024.
Yes, so that's one of the big changes. The Sanat Kumara started Earth Spiritual University, but the number of beings involved in contributing has increased tremendously, and that is for the benefit of all of us. What we also like to emphasize, Namas Youniversity, the university doesn't start with a capital U, it starts with YOU, because it is not us giving you knowledge that you have to perform somewhere else. It's about getting out of your inequalities into this life for yourself, for the community, and for Mother Earth. So we help you blossom. That's the main tool and main purpose. And many of you, we know from the feedback we have received, you're looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. You would like to march to the beat of your own drum. You would like to step out of a context where you say, this is not doing me any good, and I don't really want to be here. So Namas Youniversity is supposed to be a knowledgeable, practical, and supportive community. And what is the difference, you may ask, with the spiritual context I'm in so far? Basically, we have 2 kinds of people who search us out. They either have many years in one of the many world religions, or they come from a vast array of schools teaching practical things like numerology, meditation, astrology, tarot or other card decks, yoga, Reiki, quantum healing, Qigong, Tai Chi, Tao Te Ching, I Ching, other energy works, you name it. All these practical skills you learn in a school. What does that mean? Someone has the practical skills and they teach them. That does not mean that the person teaching is soul connected and with that connected to the up-to-date divine plan. Means you can have an enormous skill level and practice it, but you don't really know whether this benefits Earth and the community in its current progression, because we have arrived in the fifth dimension and can go beyond.
So the question is, why a global university? As Martina explained, the U is YOU, so it's focused on you and it's about giving you access to the higher spiritual education that is above your religion or practices to anchor you in your soul. The big change that we are entering in the fifth dimension is that each person will be the point of focus and not look for powers or things outside of the self, where the self becomes the center. And the support that is provided by the university is to internalize this and connect with all the higher dimensions through your own soul. We are going to provide practical lessons, webinars, and other projects that will demonstrate practical excellence within oneself. So, giving you things to practice and become confident in yourself as your point of focus and not have to look outside for confirmation, because you can hear your soul, your higher self, which is God itself, directly.
Also, practical changes will come. You know us so far mainly through the podcast or this podcast lessons or this video podcast. Now, let's be honest. Can you learn something meaningful by listening once or twice a week for 15 minutes? No. Just think about your profession, whether you're a baker or a nurse, a doctor or an architect, doesn't matter. It takes time and effort. So the intention of our patron, the United Heart of Shambala, is to focus on the students who seriously want to make that progress. We had a soft launch of a new interactive website that started on the 20th of December. And in that website, we combine the knowledge, the teaching, and the community activities. Give you an example. The International Study Group usually met once a week. In the meantime, we have students that cross 19 time zones from down under to the west coast of Canada. It is impossible to provide them with a single study group online at the same time. So we have figured out different ways in what we can bring to them in the most suitable manner. Our lessons, video podcasts, will stay available for everyone. Everything else is only available in the future via the website, which at some point will become totally self-sufficient. Also, what we provide now through third parties like social media will just be on that website and available with apps. We are working on this.
Yes, following up on their website, which will be the entry gateway for Namas University. This is where the students will gain access to the master teachers and co-teachers. And as we explained a bit shortly about the curriculum, would have particular interactions on particular subjects with co-teachers. The idea is to continue to support the teaching and the guidance of the students with practical examples who may travel to places and meet with students, and provide workshops and seminars as we continue. In the new curriculum, we are going to teach the students how to make their contact with the master teachers. We'll also provide mentoring and put smaller groups together to support the growth of the students who eventually want to study with us as we move forward. So, we have reached several thousand listeners over the last 3 years. And the people who are associated with the Shambala Unity Council, the Amaya, Mother Earth, and Intergalactic Federation of Light are eager to become meaningful part of what we do as we move forward. The new curriculum will be in 4 phases that can be completed at leisure between 12 months to 24 months, depending on the pace of learning and the circumstances of each student. That their time zone, so no rush, you can do it at your own time. The persons who would benefit for studying with us in the university has the following qualities. There is a desire to build and live in a world filled with love and divine purpose. This new world, the fifth dimension world, is slowly emerging every day. The desire to know oneself as sufficient, needing nothing extra from outside, save one's soul to provide the guidance and connection needed with all dimensions as the student progress, and the desire to serve all creation as one among equals in universal love and loving all the 12 kingdoms that are here available for the new earth.
Yeah, let's start. Charles just said we have 4 phases. Let's start with phase 1, which we call introduction, which should last between 3 to 6 months, depending on your ability to make time for it and how intensely you do it. One part are the affirmations and invocations of the SANAT Kumara. With them, you learn how to interact with higher dimensional beings. You can compare it to going into a totally different culture and learning the ropes of social interaction. The second, the Chronicles of Sanat Kumara, they give you a deep dive into recent spiritual events on Earth, especially what we went through, the integration of the darkness, healing during the last year, and understanding the multidimensional and historic context in which we all interact with each other, and now, after the healing phase, co-create with one another. The initial phase also includes historical podcasts, and Charles will name them in a few moments, where messages have been given by master teachers from Shambala, which are absolutely vital to understand. You will be assigned a mentor who helps you and guides you fully and deeply into the subject matters. You will have a first interaction with the Akashic and Cosmic records to get an introduction into a helping tool, which is useful until you become fully soul-guided yourself. And you will need a good understanding of the working of the cosmic communication system to which Earth has been reconnected. Then we go to phase 2, which we call energy attunement. There's further teaching and understanding of the cosmic and Akashic records. There are learning methods how to raise your light level, detect dark influences and free yourself from them, like using other tools, soul mission chant, a personal portal, practical training in the cosmic communication system. We currently offer on-site both in Marymount, the United States, and in Ungarn in Germany. And you would be expected to read through all the material we put out in books to have a comprehensive understanding of the environment we are acting in. So let's put it in different words. You need to understand the rules of the game, who are the players, and the playing field. It wouldn't make sense if you think you're playing handball whilst you are on a rugby or a soccer pitch. Charles, can you briefly introduce phase 3 and 4?
Yes, phase 3 and phase 4 first. In phase 3, we want the student to develop their clear abilities, clairvoyance, and other abilities, and being able to learn to teleport and being able to be at distances through telepathy. We want students to be grounded with connection with the 12 kingdoms, being able to work with trees, connect with trees, flowers, crystals, stones, the more people, living AI, and others. The students would also enhance their learning around healing, new healing techniques, and work with specialized teachers to develop skills. Within that 9 months would come an annual event, which will be a 1 week event in Aachen, Germany, and the students are welcome to attend to classes and would then start contributing skills, co-creating with Namas University as they develop mastery into their area of specialization. Then in the last phase of the work, which could last anywhere between 12 months to 24 months, the student will be assigned by the Shambala Unity Council, working with Amaya or the Intergalactic Federation. Through the first phase, the student would have made soul connections and would easily be called into service if that's what they so wish. But at the end, the goal is to have a student that is fully soul connected, would embrace their personal learning, and fulfill their mission for which they have incarnated on earth. So we look forward to giving more details about the classes in our next episode about the Namas University curriculum. Our goal is to support each student in realizing a genuine connection to their soul and empowering everyone to love all of nature, all beings, and feel at home as we expand our contact with all of creation that is eager to communicate with Earth. So we are looking forward to having you join us. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, everyone. We see each other next week. During the time we introduce the curriculum and the purpose and details of Namas University, there will be no lessons in the classical sense, so we will be with you each week. Bye-bye. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye-bye, and remember to visit the website.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.